I always thought the worst thing a neighbor could do was play loud music at night. I was wrong, because mine didn't just make noise. He tried to erase me. One morning, I opened my door and found an eviction notice taped right in the middle. Big, pink, and impossible to ignore. 30 days to get out. My heart stopped. My stomach dropped. And then I noticed the signature at the bottom. Not from the landlord, not from the building owner, but from a complaint filed by the last person I would have suspected, my own neighbor. And that's when I realized he didn't just want my parking space. He wanted me gone. So I decided to give him exactly what he wanted, just not the way he expected. I've lived in my apartment for 6 years. 6 peaceful, predictable years. My hallway smelled like old carpet and Mrs. Fernandez's cinnamon cookies. The walls were thin, but the people were kind. It wasn't perfect, but it was home. Until 5 months ago, when the door next to mine slammed open and everything changed. That's when Caleb moved in. Tall, smug, mid-30s, wearing sunglasses indoors, and a hoodie even on hot days. The type of guy who looked like he was always one argument away from yelling, "Do you know who I am?" From day one, he acted like the hallway belonged to him. Boxes stacked everywhere. Music blasting at random hours. Trash left outside his door like the hallway was his personal dumpster. But I kept cool. I gave him space. I gave him patience. I shouldn't have. Because the quieter I was, the louder he got. One morning, I found a bright orange slip taped to my door. Noise complaint warning. Strike 1. I stared at it, confused out of my mind. I hadn't even been home that night. I'd spent the night at a friend's house across the city for a project deadline. I went straight to the landlord. He looked tired, like he had dealt with too many problems that weren't his. He sighed and said, "The complaint came from Caleb." That name hit me like a slap. Why? Why would he make something up? I didn't understand it. Not yet. A week later, another paper. Another warning. Disruptive behavior. Strong odors coming from my apartment. Unpleasant guests. I don't smoke. I don't host parties. My biggest guest was a pizza delivery guy. Something wasn't right. I knocked on Caleb's door. He opened it with a smirk that made my pulse jump. "What's the problem, neighbor?" he said, leaning against the doorframe like he had been waiting for this exact moment. "You filed complaints," I said. "False ones," he shrugged. "Rules are rules. People break them. Not my fault. People." He said it like I wasn't even standing there. That's when something clicked. This wasn't about the noise. It wasn't about the hallway. It wasn't even about me. This man liked power. He liked control. And he liked chaos. A month earlier, Caleb asked a small favor. Could he use my parking space just for a week? My spot was written into my lease. It wasn't transferable. I told him no. He smiled then, the same way he smiled now. And suddenly everything made sense. I stepped back from his door feeling cold in my chest. He wasn't punishing me. He was challenging me. I came home from a late shift one night and found it. A pink eviction notice. Bold. Unmistakable. 30 days. I sat on the hallway floor holding that paper, my hands shaking. My home, my stability, my life, all threatened by someone who left pizza boxes and beer cans in the hallway like they were decorations. I felt powerless until my door cracked open. Mrs. Fernandez peeked out. Her voice was small. "They're doing it to you too?" My heart stopped. "What do you mean, too?" She revealed her own notice. The complaint said she threatened him. She's 72 years old. Then Mr. Howard stepped out. Then the single mom from upstairs. Then a couple from the 3rd floor. Every one of them had complaints filed. All by the same person. Caleb wasn't targeting me. He was targeting the entire building. Anyone who annoyed him. Anyone who existed near him. Anyone who wasn't part of his imaginary kingdom. And suddenly, fear turned into something else. conviction. For the next 2 weeks, I documented everything. Every loud party, every trash pile, every time someone pounded on his door at 2 a.m., every hallway mess, every violation he committed. Video, photos, timestamps, witness statements. But I didn't go to the landlord. He had already been manipulated. I went to the building, to the people Caleb couldn't control. 7 tenants joined me in the lobby one night. Tired, frustrated, fed up. We spread our evidence across the table like detectives in a crime show. And together, we wrote a letter. A single collective complaint. We didn't send it to management. We sent it straight to the building owner, the man who could end all of this with one decision. The next 3 days felt like waiting for a storm. Security checked cameras. Maintenance checked hallway logs. Tenants were interviewed. And then, on a Friday morning, I walked past the lobby and nearly froze. A notice was posted. Tenant Caleb R. is hereby removed from the premises for violation of community safety policies. Removed, evicted, gone. He had tried to destroy my life, but he ended up destroying his own. That night, the building felt different, lighter, safer, like we had all taken a deep breath at the same time. Mrs. Fernandez caught me on the way upstairs. She touched my arm gently and whispered, "You saved us, Ethan." But I shook my head. "No," I said. "We saved each other. Because sometimes revenge isn't about going after someone. Sometimes it's about protecting the people they're hurting. Sometimes it's justice disguised as unity. And sometimes the loudest person in the building falls, because the quiet ones finally stand up." If you made it this far, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. I have carefully selected a story for you to watch next that I am sure you would love. I will see you in the next story.